Let's go. What's your life, man?
It depends on which day you ask me. I did work really hard in 2010 to qualify for the Success Club cruise this year, and there's just this rule that if you are over 26 weeks pregnant, that you can't go. So at the time of the cruise, I will be in my 30th week, so that would be pushing it about a month if I decided to go. So yes, of course, I would have loved to have an 8-day Caribbean cruise with a lot of my really good friends and my husband. That would have been an absolute blast, but I also, on those days where I felt sorry for myself because I worked hard and I don't get to go, I've had great reminders from leaders in my business that I respect so much. Julie Voris and Tracy Morrow, hearing both of you who qualified for this trip and deserve so much to go, who have said, you know, I've got things going on with my family, I've got things going on with my kids, and I can't sacrifice those 8 days if I can't take them with me and it doesn't align up with their school or their activities. So God really used both of those women to challenge me. If I'm going to say that family is my top priority, then I better practice what I preach, whether I'm working at home in Austin, Texas, or it's an 8-day Caribbean cruise. I have no doubt that while I will be missing my friends, while I'm seeing their updates, while they're on the cruise, I also have no doubt that when I hold Noah in my arms for the first time, nothing will compare to that moment, and I will not regret missing that trip for one single second. So I'll go next year.
How many souls are going to hell and to heaven, so we gotta go and get them.
First of all, I just want to encourage you and let you know that there's no wrong way to spend time with God. There's not a formula out there to where God says, I like it when you do this best. And so I would encourage you to just dig into yourself and think, where is God the most real to me? What are some things that make God come alive? Is it worship? Is it prayer? Is it Bible reading? Whatever mode you find works for you, work that into your devotional time. There's no cookie cutter way to do this. I have my quiet time first thing in the morning. I come downstairs and I fix breakfast because I'm cranky if I don't get my breakfast. I would recommend going to a Christian bookstore and reading through some of your favorite verses and seeing which ones you're like, oh, I really like the way it says that. Well, then buy that Bible. And after I have my reading time and my study, I spend some time in prayer, and I have a prayer calendar that I developed because I'm type A even in my prayer life. But I love the fact that it keeps me on track and it keeps me focused and it keeps me organized. So if somebody asks me to pray about something, I don't worry about telling them, absolutely, I'll pray for you, and then forgetting about it, because I write it down immediately and it goes on my calendar, it goes on my list, and it's something that I pray for throughout the week. So that's something that has really helped me. But something that I'm working on is that I'm not a good listener. I'll just confess that. I'm not a good listener, because in order to listen, sometimes you have to sit still, which I'm not really good at that either. But I've tried to take some time in the morning where I can just be quiet and be still, and I found that music helps me to be quiet and to be still. And so I'll listen to a couple of praise songs. Right now I am still addicted to What Do I Know of Holy by Addison Rowe. That is absolutely my favorite song, that just speaks so much to me about who I am and who God is. So music has given me an opportunity to be still and to give me a chance to listen to what God may be responding to what I've prayed to Him and what He's taught me that day through His Word and my study. Again, that's just what works for me, but I encourage you to find something that works for you, and I applaud you for wanting to spend more time with the Lord and grow spiritually. That's awesome. That is a really great question, and I'll be honest with you, when I first heard about the Shakeology cleanse, before I'd really looked at it, I was very hesitant and skeptical to try it because of my past anorexic history. But once I looked at it, I realized that this was not an ordinary cleanse where you take your calorie intake super low and you're not getting any nutrition. This isn't a grapefruit diet or the Hollywood diet or anything else that you would see out there. You actually get an adequate amount of calories in your system for you to function, even to where you can do a workout. And so I've never done the Shakeology cleanse where I felt like I was depriving myself of nutrition, or I was dizzy, or I couldn't get through. The Shakeology cleanse gives you the freedom to add calories with fruit or nuts in addition to your 3 shakes a day and your salad with grilled chicken at night. So you've got some freedom and you've got some flexibility to play with. So I don't feel like it's as restrictive as a lot of the other cleanses that I've seen out there. So it's not something that I would recommend that a person would do on a regular basis, but for something that you do once a quarter, or to bust through a plateau, or before you're about to start a new workout program, I think it's a great way to cleanse your system, shrink your stomach to a normal size, because we all tend to overestimate portion sizes. And I would highly recommend it even with my past history as an anorexic, because I don't think that it's unhealthy or that it promotes unhealthy patterns. I've actually written a little bit about the Shakeology cleanse on my website. So if you go to michellemyersonline.com, click on About, and then drag to Shakeology and then the Shakeology 3-day cleanse, not only can you learn more details about the cleanse, but you can actually purchase enough Shakeology there just to try the cleanse, or you can get information about how to purchase your own month's supply. There aren't any other cleanses that I would recommend, but this is one that I do feel is healthy and would be an option for you if you're looking to do a cleanse.
Show the world that Christ is divine. That's why it's Christ in my rhyme. That's why it's Christ all the time. See, my whole world is built around him. He's the light.
Probably the first thing I want to do is address a heinous question that was sent by someone that I thought was my friend from Tennessee, wanting to know if I was going to teach Noah to be a football player or a cheerleader. I hope the answer to that is very obvious, and I'm going to come find you, Amy, and pay you back for that rotten question. The question I am going to address is, how does it feel to be an expectant father? Not to be like a huge letdown, but obviously my body's not changing like my wife's is. And my wife's the only overachiever that I know that's read about 8 parenting books before she's actually had her child. And so I guess my biggest process, my job is taking care of Michelle. And it seems like every week there's something she's having to cut back on doing and something that has to get done. And so I'm taking on more responsibilities, things around the house, and weird cravings and soreness and stuff like that. So she's my priority. But I guess the biggest thing that I know that I can do right now, while I think about financially providing for one more person and food and all that stuff that's going to come, and crazy sleeping hours and all that, can't really do anything about that, and nor am I worried about it. We'll take it a day at a time. But what I do make a conscious effort to do is to pray for both Michelle and Noah's health each and every day, because if that takes care of itself, everything else will be okay. I just want a healthy delivery and a healthy son. And regardless of what the outcome is, extremely excited about being a dad. Thanks for the question.
Jesus comes and he breaks his bone. Magnify the Father, while Father was something lesser. He made us so we could bless him. To the world we confess him, resurrects him. So I know I got life. Matter of fact, better man, I know I got Christ. You don't see his ways in my days and my nights. You can hit my brakes.